Welcome back. Today I've got an emergency repair I want to share with you. Today the ignition switch on the truck decided to break off. That means I couldn't turn the truck off. It was on, so luckily just pulled the battery. That was easy enough. But this can't be fixed without putting a new one in. Now the problem with the new one that we got from the junkyard is it doesn't have the right key in it. So I'm going to show you how to rekey this back to the original key that was for my truck. That way it matches the doors and I don't have to change my set of keys. Here it's quite blatant. See the difference between the two? This is the one that we want to put in. This is the one that's broken. But I want to use my same key. That means I have to rekey these locks. So let's start with the one that's broken. That way I don't break anything and we can investigate this together. First things first, I think we have to take this little electronic thing off just to be safe. And it has a little notch in here. Let's pull that out. And if I can just use a screwdriver to push it back. I don't want to break the little tabs on it. There we go. So I can safely put this out of the way. I don't know what it does, but it's probably important for some reason if they put it there. Next, if we look at the end of this, there's a little race that's here, and there's a ball bearing that's you can't see. Let me turn the switch here. So right in here, there's a little bearing that pops out. And let me see if I can show it on the camera here. A little ball bearing right in there. Let's move it around. And that little ball bearing is what's keeping this centerpiece from coming out of the housing. First thing we need to do is pop out that piece there. It flew across the room. I'll get it later. Now, there's a very small hole right there. That small hole coincides with the ball bearing below it. So all I need to do is press in on that and turn this. And I guess I have to press just a little bit harder. Let's do it so I can see it. There we go. And then just turn. And the ball bearing went flying out, but luckily I caught it. So there's a little ball bearing right there. And that came out through this hole. And there's also a spring that was pushing on said ball bearing. Let's take that spring out and we'll put these aside with the other parts. Now I can simply pull this out of here. This piece is still good. This is the broken part. That spring went in this hole here with the little ball bearing. And on the other side here, there's another piece that keeps things together. Let's pop it out so I don't lose it. And that's this little piece here, and it just goes in like so. Let's pop it out and move it out of the way. Now when I take the key out, I should be able to move these little keys out of the way. I've got this one out of here. I can put this aside. This is not the one I want. I want to put everything back in the truck that was in the truck except for this piece here, obviously. So now I'm going to take the little lock out of the bottom of it, set it aside. That's the piece that came out of here. And then pull this key out. Now I'm just going to replace these one by one. So just push down on that one. Take it out, and I'll set them in order that they came out of. So So that one goes up. 2. This one goes down. 3. This one goes up. 4. This one goes down. 5. This one goes up. 6. And finally, this one goes down. Now these all have numbers on them. So I have a number 2 there. I have a number 4 on that one. So you can see the 2, the 4, another 2, a 3, a 5, a 3, and a 1. So technically, you can keep these and swap them around if you have a number of Fords, and eventually get all the same keys if you wanted to do that. But that's not our goal today. I want this key to work in here. So what I'm going to do is pull these out one by one and just put them back in where they belong. So I'll turn this the same way. That way I'm sure everything is exactly the same. And then I'm going to press down on the first one. Pull it out of here if I can. Doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Maybe they have to come out in order. So let's try that again. So let's take the first one out here. It came out so easily, the other one, and this one they don't want to move. Okay, there we go. Just a little notch to get by. So taking this first one out of here. I'm going to reinsert it back in the same hole on the first one. There we go. Next, take the second one out, and that one pushes down from the side. And I'll reinsert it in there. And simply keep going down the line. You have to be careful. There's small springs in here, so we don't want to lose those springs. And now, if I put my key in, everything pops down the way it should and pops back up. And if I put the key that was originally in here into here, actually it probably would have worked on this one too. So never tried that. But yeah, so this one fits in, and so does this one. Keys are a little different, but so now I know that this barrel is functioning the way it should, and let's put it back together. To put it back together, I need to line this up, and you'll see that spring that's in here. It's a very small spring in there. That's what pushes on that ball bearing, and I have to remember to put in this little piece here. Like so. And now find that hole again. There we go. Slide everything in. And now through here, you can see where that ball bearing goes in there. So what I'm going to do is deposit the ball bearing into the hole and put this little knob back in place. And that will allow me to push down on the ball bearing and move the lock cylinder where it needs to go. So now I can push down on this and turn my lock the way it should go. And now I have my lock, it's functioning, and I can't pull this out anymore. So very simple. And then I can put my little electronic gizmo back on that we don't know what it does, but we'll keep it there. And it's locked in place with these two tabs. Now I have my key in my original lock cylinder, but with the new center. And if I pull my key out, it doesn't turn. Pull my key in, it turns the way it should. Now I'm sure while I was there, I could have cleaned and lubricated, but I never had any problems with my key other than this piece breaking off. So very simple, easy to do. Nice thing about these old OBSs, if something breaks, they're simple to repair. So if you have an old OBS, what sort of things would you like me to work on next? Leave it in the comments, and we'll see you in the next fixing instead of financing an old Ford.